Ever feel like you're living life on autopilot while your potential slips through your fingers? That's not just your imagination. It's your brain under siege. Your mind is the battlefield. And right now, you're losing the war without even knowing it. Let's get real. You're swimming in a digital tsunami that's totally messing with your head. Think about it. You're scrolling through life while your dreams collect dust. It's wild, but the average guy is spending more time living in Fantasyland than building his actual future. We're talking about a massive 3,650 minutes, a year just gone. That's not just numbers. That's your life force being drained, one dopamine hit at a time. But here's a hard truth. You're not some helpless passenger on this crazy train. You're the freaking conductor. Your brain is like this insanely powerful supercomputer that's running on junk software. But today, we're gonna crack the code and rewrite your mental operating system from scratch. Time to level up and show those digital distractions who's boss. So stick with me as we break this down into 6 detailed life-changing steps. 1. Make a decisive decision to change. This is where everything begins. Change doesn't happen without a commitment to yourself that you won't go back to old habits, no matter what. But let's be honest, saying I'm going to change is easy. Sticking to it when things get tough, that's the challenge. To make this decision powerful, it has to be deeply personal. Think about the damage hypersexualized habits have done to your life. How have they robbed you of focus, energy, or even your sense of self-worth? Let that pain motivate you. Tell yourself, this isn't who I am anymore. Make this decision so important that stepping back from it feels like betraying your own identity. Tell a trusted friend or mentor about your commitment. When others know about your goals, it's harder to break them. You'll feel accountable, not just to yourself, but to someone who wants to see you succeed. And here's where it gets interesting. Every day you resist those old urges. You're investing in a new version of yourself. It's like climbing a mountain. Each step forward makes it harder to turn back. The effort you've already put in becomes a powerful motivator to keep going. Think of this as your foundation. Without a decisive commitment, none of the other steps will stick. But with it, you're already halfway to success. Now, let's talk about that forbidden habit, porn. This one habit is single-handedly doing more damage than you probably realize. It's not just about the time you waste watching it, though that's significant. It's about what it does to your brain. Science has shown that porn rewires the brain in dangerous ways. It floods your system with fake dopamine, the chemical that makes you feel pleasure. While dopamine is essential for motivation, the problem comes when it's over-secreted. Each time you consume porn, your brain gets an unnatural, overwhelming hit of dopamine. Over time, your brain becomes desensitized, meaning normal, healthy sources of pleasure, like achieving goals or connecting with others, don't feel as rewarding anymore. The part of your brain responsible for impulse control and decision-making. That's why breaking vicious cycle is so hard. Your brain has been conditioned to crave that next hit, just like with any addictive substance. But the damage doesn't stop there. Porn has been linked to higher rates of anxiety, depression, and even relationship problems. Many young men today are facing sexual dysfunction, not because of physical issues, but because their brains have been rewired by years of unrealistic, hypersexualized content. But don't worry, not all hope is lost, because when you quit, your brain has the ability to heal. It takes time, weeks, or even months, but as your dopamine levels stabilize, you'll start to notice big changes. Your focus will improve, your energy will return, and most importantly, you'll feel a sense of control over your mind and your life that you haven't felt in years. This might surprise you, but most addictions, whether to porn, social media, or anything else, they're about what's missing in your life. When you don't have a clear purpose, it's easy to fall into habits that offer quick dopamine fixes. Think about it. Without a goal to work toward, your mind naturally looks for something to fill the void. That's why finding your purpose is such a critical step. Your purpose doesn't have to be grand or world-changing. It just needs to be something that gives your life direction, getting in the best shape of your life, or creating a better future for your family. Make it specific and make it personal. Once you have that purpose, use it as your anchor. Every time you feel the pull of distraction, remind yourself of what you're working toward. Visualize the life you want to build and ask yourself, is this habit bringing me closer to my goals or pulling me further away? The stronger your purpose, the easier it becomes to say no to distractions. And the more you say no, the more momentum you build toward the life you truly want. When you have a clear purpose, it becomes easier to recognize what serves your goals and what doesn't. But even with a strong purpose, certain patterns and behaviors can still hold you back. These habits are fueled by triggers that work against your progress. That's why eliminating triggers is the next essential step in creating lasting change. 4. Eliminate triggers. Social media platforms are some of the biggest culprits. You might think you're just scrolling harmlessly through Instagram or TikTok, but the algorithms are designed to feed you content that keeps you hooked. That means more hypersexualized images, more distractions, and more temptation. To break free, you need to take control of your environment. Start by unfollowing accounts that serve as triggers. If a certain account consistently shows content that pulls you back into old habits, cut it off. Train your algorithm by hitting "not interested" whenever inappropriate content appears. In some cases, you might need to go even further and take a break from social media altogether. It's not about avoiding the world. It's about giving yourself the space to reset. Once you've taken control of your environment and minimized distractions, the next step is to focus on how you respond to urges. Triggers might still arise, but what matters most is how you channel the energy they bring. Instead of letting these urges lead you toward unhelpful habits, you can transform them into opportunities for growth. One of the most effective ways to do this is by redirecting that energy into exercise. Exercise releases endorphins, which boost your mood and reduce stress. It also sharpens your focus and builds confidence, both of which are essential for overcoming bad habits. Think about how you feel after a good workout. You're energized, clear-headed, and proud of yourself. Compare that to how you feel after giving in to an unhealthy urge, lethargic, guilty, and frustrated. The choice becomes obvious. Find a type of exercise you enjoy. It could be weightlifting, running, boxing, or even yoga. The key is consistency. Make it a non-negotiable part of your routine, and over time, you'll notice a dramatic shift in both your mental and physical strength. Finally, let's address a common pitfall: chasing women. It's easy to fall into the trap of seeking validation through attention and relationships, especially when you're feeling unfulfilled in other areas of your life. But here's the truth: the time and energy you spend chasing others could be spent building yourself. When you focus on improving your career, your health, and your personal growth, something amazing happens. You become someone worth chasing. High-quality relationships come naturally when you're living a high-quality life. But if you're constantly distracted by the pursuit of validation, you'll never have the focus or energy to achieve your goals. So, make yourself the priority. Use this time to build a version of yourself that you're proud of. Not only will this help you achieve your dreams, but it will also set the foundation for deeper, more meaningful connections in the future. Desexualizing your brain isn't just about breaking bad habits. It's about reclaiming your focus, your energy, and your potential. It's about building a life you're proud of, free from distractions and full of purpose. So what's your first step? Whatever it is, start today. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up It really helps more people find this content. And if you're ready for more practical, life-changing insights like this, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications.